How important is diversity in decision-making in Hollywood? Well, I looked into it, and would you believe that without black people making decisions in movies, a black actor can only break in playing a criminal or a slave? Sounds crazy, right? Check this out. After being on TV, Denzel Washington became famous playing a slave in Glory. Will Smith's big break was as a criminal in 6 Degrees of Separation. Whoopi Goldberg, essentially a slave in The Color Purple. Wesley Snipes, a criminal in Michael Jackson's Bad. Eddie Murphy's first big role, a criminal in 48 Hours.
Just got out of jail this morning.
Chris Rock, Idris Elba, Samuel L. Jackson, Morgan Freeman, Viola Davis, Lupita Nyong'o, criminal, 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 slave, slave, slave. Now, of course, this is pretty ridiculous. These talented people all had to get their break as stereotypes. But Hollywood is a progressive place, so why does this continually happen? Well, every major feature film role is cast for a reason, and black actors are traditionally viewed as not being marketable overseas. So if they're new or not already bankable, they aren't cast unless the role plays specifically into their ethnicity. In other words, servants and slaves in historical American films, or stereotypically inner-city criminals. Now, this depends on the lack of marketability. But is that actually real? Or a self-fulfilling prophecy due to the actors not getting the chance in the first place? Well, it turns out we can test that by looking to other areas where the stars aren't hand-picked. And when we do that, we find that in reality, among the most marketable people we've ever seen worldwide, many, if not most of them, happen to be black. This indicates that a person's talent or charisma is much more important than their skin tone. So, does this mean that Hollywood is racist? Not so fast. You see, when we make artistic decisions, we tend to use our instinct. For example, let's say I'm casting a movie. I'm a black male. If I imagine a character with a different trait, like being female, I'm going to view her the way I view women in real life, as potential friends or co-workers or lovers or family members and so on, but not necessarily as someone who represents me. They're not the person I see in the mirror. The same applies to hair color, nationality, and of course ethnicity. Thus, my decision is going to be subconsciously slanted, even if I don't intend it. So, if we want to change this, contrary to what some people say,
you do it in the casting of the film, not in the casting of the show.
We need to make sure that the decision makers at the beginning of the process are the ones that are diverse. And to back that up, when we look at black actors who started their careers with non-stereotypical featured roles, it turns out that black decision makers are almost always involved. Jamie Foxx got his big break on In Living Color from Keenen Ivory Wayans. Halle Berry, Jungle Fever from Spike Lee. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, produced by Quincy Jones. John Singleton's Boys in the Hood, produced by Stephanie Elaine. And this type of diversification, to some degree, is what the Academy Awards are making an effort to do. And it probably will have the best results. Not to increase the role race plays in opportunities, but actually to decrease it by balancing out the backgrounds of the people making the decisions. So that in the end, we find the people who have the talent and charisma to be stars without limiting them by skin color. And that will help everyone. Thanks.